Hello, friends. Welcome back to Sunday Shenanigans with me, your host, Trevor Stewart 1308. And we are here with the ASOC Prod Cat and the Peanut Gallery. Hey, y'all.
Hello.
Greetings.
All right. Today's pre-rolls brought to you by the Hidden Leaf, downtown Charlottesville, Virginia, 105 West Main Street on the downtown mall, above the bricks, Suite 200. A great place to go with some great buds to get some great buds, eh, bud? Only thing better than their bud is their customer service. Also, they have the lowest prices in town, according to my own personally highly biased research, by which I mean I was personally very high when I did my biased research. You can find them on Instagram at The Hidden Leaf. You can also find our other two sponsors on Instagram, Firehouse, where there's smoke, there's Firehouse, and Kush Gang Snacks at KG Snacks 434, purveyor of fine edibles and drinkables. A note of disclaimer, we may be voicing some political opinions on the show today. Those political opinions belong to the expressor of the opinion, possibly the channel, possibly the parent company, but not necessarily any of our sponsors, including Hidden Leaf, Firehouse, and Kush Gang Snacks. All right, that is the ad read. Let's talk really quickly about the gingerbread house building contest at the Hidden Leaf today. Entrance must be turned in by 3:20, although that's probably flexible at the moment. Kits are still available at the Hidden Leaf now. And so far we have one entry. So, second and third place are still up for grabs, folks. Yeah. But it is being a lot of fun. And so far I have gotten a lot of compliments on the icing. The icing is the winner so far.
Well, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It really is the icing on the cake.
It really is. Or house, as the case may be. Iggy Marauder said they like to put the icing in their coffee. It's great for sweetening their coffee.
Is the icing infused?
Yes.
Aha!
The icing is infused, so is the gingerbread. And when asked what the milligramage was, Kingsway said, "It's a surprise." Then asked if it was a big surprise or a small surprise, he said, "It's a big surprise."
Don't worry about it.
Right? So
Also,
if
don't
these
operate
kids,
heavy machinery.
Right. If these kits don't sell, I'm going to have a lot of infused icing to get rid of.
Rid of, yeah, quote unquote.
No, I'll be giving the kits out to friends, probably to staff members at the Leaf, things like that.
So it's a surprise, but don't operate heavy machinery.
Yeah.
So you're building a gingerbread house with the surprise, and you're operating heavy machinery, so you turn into a homewrecker.
Yep. Man, so far the only entrant is Little Bear and Big Man Dan my ex-wife and her boyfriend. And they did an amazing job. It
Well, good.
is, they brought in extra graham crackers and made a chimney. She made a chimney, and she put a little she chopped up a marshmallow and burnt it a little and put a little puff of smoke coming out of the chimney.
So they made it adorable.
They did. Also, because we didn't include base plate, base plate like cardboard things.
Yeah.
Turns out the base plate is just the cardboard box the whole thing comes in.
Right.
So there was plenty of room to do extra stuff. Big Man Dan made a couple of trees by melting some chocolate and rolling it into a cone, and then building green icing tree limbs, basically evergreen, out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's impressive. They used gingerbread, or not gingerbread. They used graham crackers and made a whole yard. It's impressive. You know what? It's impressive enough. Let me see if I can do this. See if I can show you guys. So, also, we were discussing, before we started this, we were discussing the whatchamacallums, the unredacted files.
Probably redacted
Or the redacted files and the ways that they can unredact them.
Yes.
There we go.
That is really cute.
Right.
Really cute.
And they used almond slices for tiling the roof.
Yep.
That is awesome.
A little snowman here.
Yep.
That's a lot of icing.
It is. It is. And they brought icing from home. All right. I would show more of that, but their card has
Information.
And I have not redacted that information yet. So.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the first entrant. So if you think you can do better than that.
Better does not necessarily mean prettier. It could be wilder.
Could be wilder. But also, I don't think we have that many locals here, so it's not like anybody's going to rush out and get involved.
No.
I didn't know Doug would be involved.
You didn't know what?
Doug would be involved.
Is Doug a local?
No, but we were talking about Wilder.
Oh, Doug Wilder. And so, it's such a Virginia thing. Also, it's such a Virginia of a certain age thing. A Virginian of a certain age. Because you have to both know Romancing the Stone and Doug Wilder. To get that. Doug Wilder was he the first black governor of Virginia?
I believe so.
Yeah, he was the first black governor of Virginia. and Kluge. He and Mr. Kluge, who was a decent person, is a decent. I don't know. Like Kluge. Hey, Audra Rains. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I can understand that. It is still kind of early. So, if you guys don't know who Audra Rains is, they are an amazing streamer and YouTuber. A lot of media commentary. They're very good at looking at popular media, especially in sort of the YouTube realm, the YouTube Twitch realm, and analyzing it and explaining that. Very good at presenting that analysis. They are. You should go out and follow them. I mean, they're amazing. Thank you for being here. Oh yeah, Doug Wilder, Kluge, Romancing the Stone. The moment. So, I remember when we first saw Romancing the Stone as a family, and what's his name? I believe he was in the Brothers Karamazov as well, and he did the little Joan Wilder thing, and my parents just cracked up because when we got out of the movie, my dad was like, "Oh my God, I can see Kluge doing that. I can see John Kluge just Doug Wilder." Now, we should not confuse Romancing the Stone is an old fave, but I enjoy Bird on a Wire more for some reason. I think it's the Goldie Hawn factor. I do too. I liked Goldie Hawn a lot as a kid. I thought she was very talented. My family jury was out on her for them, but you know. Hey, Chris in a 386. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking. Much love. So it's important to remember that there were two Kluges locally. That joke was not intended to be anywhere that close to that deep. Yeah, but Peanut Gallery, you know me. You know me. You know you can't just throw out a reference and it won't just like go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, you jump into any pit.
No, we are not talking about that. No. We talked enough about that yesterday. I'm good on the. I'm gonna say it too. I'm gonna say it.
You're good on that national park not being mentioned again?
Yeah. You know what? No, we're gonna leave it there.
That's just a pitiful response.
You are just trying to pit us against each other, aren't you? You're gonna leave me in a pit of despair. I'm
just trying to flesh out the conversation.
No. No, I'm not even gonna. No, we're going back to the two Kluges. Because one was good. One built a cancer hospital for children. One of them.
A hospital to give them cancer?
No. I should have seen that on its way. I should have seen that coming. No, the Kluge.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh man. Yeah, it's been a while since you've been on stream with us, so you've got a lot to get out, don't you?
Yeah, apparently. My apologies. for what is about to come. Because I honestly don't know.
Well, friends, you're on this journey with me, so good luck. I have no idea what's coming. Yeah, Kluge, Mr. Kluge did a lot of things. He's a local. He was a millionaire back then. It would be billionaire now, probably. But his wife, Patricia Kluge, was somehow the exact opposite of him. There's so many awful things I could say about this person. But I think what really sums it up is she sold her mansion and her winery, her vineyard, all of these. She sold it to the worst family in the country. So now I have the worst family in the country, in the world. We're going to go world. We're going to go world here, living between me and Charlottesville. She sold it to Trump. I mean, even if she hadn't been a really messed up person before that, she brought Trump into my county. It is unfreaking-givable. Trump Winery and Vineyard. No. And cidery now. Now he's making cider, too. This is just, like... So that...
We know that he's very good at making wine. He wines all the damn time.
All the time. If that man's some grapes, he'll whine. So yeah, that's my feeling on Patricia Kluge and John Kluge. Was that his name? Am I remembering that correctly?
I don't have a Kluge.
I think it might be the correct name.
So,
Either way.
That's the rabbit hole I go down every... Oh. And it always ends, by the way, and that rabbit hole for me always ends thinking about how Patricia Kluge bought a convenience store and gas station downtown in Charlottesville, wanted to make a classy convenience store, gas station, restaurant thing with coffee, with, coffee drinks. And somehow I was hired as the barista. It's Charlottesville, man. Weirder things happen. So I got hired at the barista at this gas station. And I ended up getting fired because my ponytail wasn't cute enough.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of person that Patricia Kluge was. Like, it came down from on high to fire me. She was the one who went, oh, he doesn't look good enough, get rid of him.
She was, could be very easily done up as a caricature of all of the stereotypical rich, stuck-up people ever.
Yes, she was...
See, the problem is, she was trying to build a classy place, and you outclassed her.
Yeah. It was weird, too, because I had been So the person she brought in, the manager of the place, she had hired a woman named Miss Colleen. And I had worked with Miss Colleen before at another convenience store. Miss Colleen hired me special because I was one of her best workers in the other place.
Mm-hmm.
So when Patricia Kluge made Miss Colleen fire one of her favorite employees because his ponytail wasn't cute enough, it really, I could see it really hurt Miss Colleen.
Mm-hmm.
It was not. It really hurt her feelings to fire me.
Mm-hmm.
Felt bad for her, but never bad enough to come back to work for her at any of the other convenience stores where she could have used my help.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the rabbit hole my brain goes down every time we talk about Joan Wilder, Romancing the Stone, or Doug Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's where my brain that's the...
so you're saying that this person wasn't just superficial. She took it to an entirely different level to being superficial.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I've got several other stories about how awful she was. But
I'm glad to see that my timing is still spot on for you taking a drag.
yep,
Sorry
you
about
got
that.
me. Make me laugh while I'm trying to take a hit. Watch me choke and die. Well, all right. After that little rabbit hole, we are actually here to listen to the holiday clip show of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me on NPR. I knew I forgot something. Cheese and crackers. Let me switch this over to there it is, to Charity Stream real quick.
And add the stream to Discord.
Huh? Oh, and add the stream to Discord, yeah. Man, Sunday mornings, my brain is never quite all here.
When is it ever?
Right? Right? All right, so now we are on our charity stream. The charity is NPR, just so everybody knows. You know, they did get their funding cut. Their national funding was dissolved completely, so now they really are public radio, funded by listeners like me and you. All right. Everybody all clicked on the screen and everything, ready to get this rolling?
Yep.
All right.
This message comes from Dignity Memorial and Memphis Funeral Home, one of their nationwide providers.
At least
when Bill
it's not
Muir's wife Barbara passed away
pasture-raised
earlier
eggs.
this year, he knew he wanted a celebration of life that captured everything that made her unique. Click the play button to hear Bill's conversation
Aw.
with funeral director
Just
Mike
celebrating
Perry
something
and
we
learn
don't
about the
have.
details in her
Dignity.
celebration that brought joy to her family and friends.
Not anymore.
Hey, you know, maybe,
Which comes from Homes.com.
maybe
When you're shopping
that
for a
can
home,
be the
you
way
want to
I
know
can
as
get
much about the
dignity
area
once
around
in my
it as
life.
possible. Homes.com has got you covered with a comprehensive neighborhood
If I
guide from
can't
local
be
experts.
dignified during my
Homes.com.
life, I'll be
We've done your
dignified
homework.
during my death.
Hey, it's Peter Sagal. We are almost at the end of 2025, and if I may,
Yeah,
I
I don't
speak
believe
for
that
everybody be next on NPR Plus across
You know
NPR's
how badly I
podcasts.
would wish to go, green popcorn kernels.
Popcorn kernels? All right, where's this going?
Well, when they plant you and they're popcorn kernels, some of them might take root. So your grave would be a very corny sight.
That, or someone may accidentally decide to go the route of the lady from yesterday's story.
Yeah, if I get cremated, fill my coffin up with popcorn.
Yeah.
You know,
Popcorn and pop. That way they can get high and wonder what's going on at the same time.
Right, exactly.
So, that joke is just real genius.
Oh, great grab. Great one. That is, yes. The giant popcorn Jiffy Pop ball at the end of Real Genius is... I hate popcorn.
Good. This is God. All right, who's there? Stop pushing yourself.
Who's there? Is this
God.
you? All right. Back to the show, or else we'll never get done.
Okay, fine.
And we are on a time thing today because I do have to get up to the Leaf to do that thing that responsible people do. What is that? It's not. The word isn't chaperone. It's something like that.
Officiate?
Close, but not quite. That's not until 4:20. Man.
Oversee?
Yes.
Supervise?
Supervise, oversee. I think I like supervise better because...
See, that just leads me into a joke that I'm certain everybody has seen, but I still love it.
Oh.
The difference between me and Superman.
What's that?
Superman has supervision.
Yeah.
Me, I require supervision.
All of us require supervision, and somehow you guys keep making me the one in charge of the supervision.
You know, I may need to rethink that because you're the one who let Peanut Gallery slide the idea of the gingerbread house competition in and then not do anything.
Oh, he's done plenty of things.
Not do anything helpful.
You never said it had to be helpful.
Entertainment is helpful.
Hoisted by my own petard. These two
Was
are
that
like
about your
genies.
order?
You have to have everything perfectly correct. Like, you've got to get a lawyer to go over stuff with these two, or else they will loophole you.
I am not a genie, though I do have a relative named that.
Okay.
No comment on grounds that it will be used against me later in the future because this is being recorded.
And with that, I'm just going to press play and leave you two there so that you don't dig your holes any
That is
deeper.
why you are the one in charge of supervision, because you think about that. The two of us just open our mouths, let the cards lie, and then wonder why it had come back to bite us in the ass.
That's it exactly. The one with forethought gets to be the supervisor.
I'm rejecting this trial of adulthood.
The problem is the two of you really need to argue over who's the supervisor. Because both of you wear glasses. Therefore, you both have foresight.
I knew that one was going to be brought up. As soon as someone said foresight.
You know, I'm wearing my glasses. I should have seen that coming.
Don't make fun of people with glasses. I mean, you should respect them. They paid to see you.
Ow. Ow. That's ow, dude. Wow.
Wow, to think that we pay to see other people.
You know, when you put it that way, though, it makes me want to just take my glasses off. It's like, wait, I don't have to see any of y'all.
Fun fact, most every stream I'm sitting here without my glasses because I can see the computer better close up without them, so...
Yeah.
So he's making this joke at me while I'm sitting here actually not wearing them.
I'm specifically targeting him.
I know! But I can't.
You're just sort of caught in the collateral damage area.
It was an AoE, and I can't ignore the fact that it was an AoE and argue otherwise because it was an effective AoE.
I'm pressing play. We're moving on.
I cast
From
Fireball.
NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm the gift you get for the person
I
who
cast
has
spell
everything.
reverse.
Alzo
REVERSE.
Slade. And here's your host at the Studebaker Theater in the Fine Arts Building in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Alzo, and thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hey, Peter.
Well, everybody, we made it. We made it through 2025, a year that began with terrible apprehension about the future and has ended the exact same way.
My motto is, instead of worrying about what's about to happen, enjoy some things that already did.
So, this hour, we're going to relish the great things we got to do in 2025, such as talking to the legendary sportscaster Bob Costas, which we did in September, along with guest scorekeeper Che Rhymefest Smith. Now, I asked Bob if, as per the cliche, he had started talking about sports because he couldn't play them.
You know, I wouldn't say that I failed. I wasn't that bad by schoolyard standards, but I couldn't make my high school baseball or basketball team. And the baseball coach, who was also a math teacher, that's the way it works in high school, he actually said to me...
Of course the baseball coach was a math teacher. It's about statistics. It's the only thing that makes baseball interesting is the math.
I like math, but I don't like baseball.
So what you need to do is just start looking at baseball as a stack of statistics.
Now, what I need to do is beat myself in the head so I have enough brain damage to like baseball.
I mean, that's easier than doing statistics and probably less painful for most people.
Look at it this way. I actually enjoy playing baseball. On occasion. I mean, I'm not an active person, but most sports, I can find enjoyment playing.
Yeah.
I cannot find enjoyment in watching other people play. It's just, oh, congratulations. You are significantly more athletic than me. Hey.
I mean, yeah, there is that. I can't explain why I enjoy watching sports. There's no, I mean, other than saying there's just something about watching exceptional feats of athleticism. There's also something about the getting, having a team you root for and, the struggle of the competition and the win and all of that. And that is a lot of fun. But I don't watch a lot of sports either. I'm not, I don't play a lot of sports. I don't watch a lot of sports. But when I do watch sports, when I do get into it, it is something about watching people achieve superhuman physical activities that is just, that I find amazing. This being said, I'm also the kind of person who will watch somebody else play a video game and be fine with not playing a video game myself.
No, I don't really watch sports, as it's been obvious by my comments just recently.
Right.
I will occasionally watch the Super Bowl, usually for two reasons. One, if one of my two favorite teams are playing, and two, for the commercials. Though this year, I might watch it specifically for the halftime show.
Yes. I would wholeheartedly skip all of the football stuff and watch the halftime show just because.
Who's halftime this year? Who's doing a halftime show this year?
Bad Bunny.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going to watch the halftime show in full cat mode. Oh, there's drama. Let me watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We've done bits about this, haven't we? How did I forget?
Have.
I watch football for
The tight end.
Not going to deny it. No, I watch football for two reasons. One, I do like the strategic, I like the chess aspect of it, the strategic aspect of it. But I also really, really enjoy watching violence. And this is not something... Hey, Ash, good to see you. Thanks for showing up. Good to see you. Yeah, this is, I know violence ain't good. And there is a part of me that loves to see violence and loves to hear the sound of that collision of bodies. I also really love the sound of a boxing glove hitting a face.
Catharsis.
Huh?
Catharsis.
Yes. That's why I love hockey. Yeah. So I know that that's not, A, violence in everyday life ain't a good look. B, these people are really getting hurt. These human beings with actual feelings are really getting hurt. And there are only a few times where that aspect of it feels good to me. Like watching Jake Paul get dropped. That felt good.
That was for a couple reasons. That felt good for a couple reasons.
I mean, the main one is that it was Jake Paul.
Yes.
That felt good. It was nice to see someone who has no business being in the profession they're in. Like, hasn't put the work in to do what he's doing. It's nice to see that fail. It's nice to see a cishet white man fail. Like, we don't get to watch that often enough.
It's nice to see one fail that has had it's been verbal and nasty to everybody.
Yeah.
I feel attacked, though I realize I am nowhere close to what is being targeted.
Right.
Understood.
Right. You're not... I hate saying this. You're one of the good ones. You're not... You're not that kind of a-hole. Yes, you are a cishet white man. But...
I also don't believe that because that is what I am, that is what everybody else must be.
Right. Right. You also believe in equality in general. So, like...
I'm an equal opportunity asshole.
I mean, yeah, you are. But you're not that kind of a-hole. So, there's that.
Mm-hmm.
You have room in your universe for everyone. You have space for everyone to be who they are. You may not like everyone.
Our universe.
What?
Because it's not my universe, it's our universe.
Yep. There it is. That's the point I'm working on. So, all right, back to the show. Went to a brawl and a hockey game broke out. I love that joke. I always will.
Something to the effect of, you're not bad with the glove and you can run a little bit, but I don't think you can hit your weight, and I don't think you weigh 130, which might have been true when I was 16 years old. And then he actually said, you know, you're always talking about baseball, and you know more about baseball than any of my players. Have you ever thought about broadcasting? And I said, that's pretty much all I think about. And he actually said, as if it was a movie, good, try that.
Whoa. That's awesome. And have you ever gone and, like, found any of the guys who didn't make the team and say, how long did your career in sports last?
One of them actually pitched in the major leagues for 2 years. He did make it to the big leagues. The rest of them have scattered to the four winds, and I'm sure they're aware of me, and I'm not quite aware of where they are, and I don't care.
Yeah!
Wow. Okay,
and
Bob.
you went off to Syracuse University, right? The Newhouse to learn your trade. This is, of course, if you don't know, it is the Harvard of broadcasting schools. And
Yep.
But I'm curious, is like, how do you learn to do sports broadcasting? Like what are the skills you have to study?
You know, you cannot learn it in a classroom. You want to get as good and as well-rounded an education as you possibly can, and to be a reader, because it improves your appreciation of language and turns of phrase, and the broader your frame of reference is, the more you can bring to bear where appropriate in a sports broadcast or any kind of broadcast. But the only way you actually learn to be a broadcaster is by doing it. You can't sit there in a classroom and learn it. You just have to find out if you have a knack, and then you work on that knack as you move along.
So, okay, you're a Hall of Fame broadcaster, an absolute legend in the industry. Nobody's perfect all the time. Can you remember a time when, like, you just blew it on live TV?
Oh my, yes.
Of course
now, I realize
you can.
it's NPR.
Yes.
Do you want the unedited version?
Please.
Of this?
Yeah, give us the MTV version.
I mean, God.
All right, so anybody who's done live broadcasting, Twitch counts, has had some moment, and if they haven't yet, they will, where something goes horribly wrong. Not just technical issues, but something just happens in the background, from the outside, something where it is just not something. Everybody's gonna have one of those moments at least once in their broadcasting career.
Ed, Bob, what are they going to do? Defund us?
There you go.
Forgot about that joke.
Now, if everybody clapping could give $5,000, that would be really wonderful.
Go ahead.
All right, so here's the deal. My first job out of Syracuse, I did minor league hockey my senior year at Syracuse, $30 a game. But I was lucky enough right after that, at age 22, to go to St. Louis, big station, KMOX, 50,000-watt station, to broadcast the games for the Spirits of St. Louis in the old ABA. The first night they play, on a Friday night, they have a big lead with about 2 minutes to go, and the game slips away. They're up by 7, and somehow the game slips away. 2 nights later, they're playing at home again, and they're ahead by 5 with like a minute to go. And I turned toward the analyst, who was a wonderful gentleman named Bill Wilkerson, and I said the following: Bill, it appears as if the Spirits have this game well in hand, but Coach Bob McKinnon taking a timeout here, wanting to take no chances, because the last thing he wants to see is a repeat of Friday night's flow.
Okay.
I actually said that.
You did.
I actually said that. You know, they blew the game, and, you know, the syntax just got kind of mangled, right?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, it is his job, and if he blew the game, it just sort of comes naturally to that phrase, doesn't it?
This is why
my thought
Kat
is,
got me the
I looked at
F-bombs.
Wilkerson,
So when I
and he looked at
accidentally
me, and his eyes
drop
got as wide
stuff
as
like
saucers.
that, I've
And
got
the
one of
engineer
these to
just made
drop.
that circular thing with the index finger, like, keep on going, keep on going. We can't have all this dead air. And I was 100% certain that the next morning I'd be on a flight back to Syracuse. But the station manager took pity on me and said, don't ever let this happen again. Well, I certainly will try not to.
A lot of people called in and they were like, can we get more of that Bob Costas guy?
I have been a fan. I'm a baseball fan, and not on your level, but I've been watching a lot of you over the decades broadcast baseball. And I remember vividly your reaction the first year they had the wild card in the playoffs in baseball.
Oh, yeah.
So you're against that. You're also against the designated hitter. Now there are 6 wild card teams every year, and everybody has a designated hitter. What is it like to be that influential?
Yeah. You know, it's just another small indication of the general decline of Western civilization.
Let me ask you this. You've over the years, obviously not just baseball, NFL games, NBA games, horse races, and the Olympics, of course, for many, many years on NBC. So out of all those things, can you tell me like what the weirdest or most unusual sport is you've ever had to broadcast and comment on?
Well, I didn't do play-by-play as the host of the Olympics, but you're commenting on and showing highlights of almost everything. Curling in the Winter Olympics. You know, think about getting a gold medal, an Olympic gold medal, for an activity in which you can drink beer while doing it.
Yes.
But
it's preferred.
Even more so in the Summer Olympics, race walking is a staple. Now, there may be, I don't know, 200 race walkers in the United States, but in parts of Eastern Europe, like in Romania or something, you know, race walkers are like Michael Jordan, apparently. So, 1992 in Barcelona, I'm hosting the Olympics, and there's a package of highlights, and it ends with a bunch of race walkers. And you know what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
It looks like gotta go right now is what it looks like, right?
15-minute shorts who really need to use the restroom. I understand.
Right, exactly. But I come off of it, I think it's completely harmless, and the people on the set laugh. I said, isn't a competition to see who can walk the fastest a little bit like a contest to see who can whisper the loudest? Eventually, don't you just like cross over and start running? Now, you would think that was completely harmless, but the very small race walking community wanted my head on a pike.
Okay, but there is a huge difference between speed walking, and running.
Yes, there can never be a point in time in the stride where you are fully off the ground.
Right. Running involves an actual jump. Like you are disconnected from the ground for a small period of time. Walking is when you are touching the ground the whole time. So I get why, as a pedant, and not ped as in walking, but as someone who is pedantic, that just, it makes sense why they would be, no, that's not right. But I love the analogy of, isn't race walking like seeing who can whisper the loudest? And there is a difference between whispering and talking. There is a certain engagement of vocal cords or something, maybe it's vocal folds, that when you're whispering doesn't happen, even if you're stage whispering loud enough to be heard. It's like, it's similar to how there is, when you're singing, there are false ranges. Like, there's the super high falsetto range that's mostly, men hit that high falsetto because I don't believe in bioessentialism, but there is some structural difference between masculine vocal cords and feminine vocal cords. That there is some difference, and women's voices are higher, men's voices are lower. I don't. Anyway, for men to sing high, they usually have to hit that falsetto, and somehow that's not really singing. There's also a falsetto in the bass range where you're not actually engaging your true vocal folds, where you're not actually singing, but you are down in the bass range. So that's...
Unfortunately, this reminds me of an old joke.
Okay.
You know, Michael Jackson on stage, there's always the part where he goes, ow!
Yeah.
Really high pitch. Yeah, that was a falsetto, but that's why he also wore the glove in one hand, because he had a tagging glove for that note.
That joke's a little painful.
Yes.
Hi, Just Me Crystal. Happy Sunday. Great to see you. Much love. Much appreciation.
What a wonderful note for you to come in on.
Yep. I just... Yeah. So...
A very painful note for you to come in on.
Ow. Before I think too much further about it, I think I'm going to press play.
Hooray!
And that's why you can never go back to Romania.
That's correct.
Well, Bob Costas, it is such a pleasure to talk to you. And we have asked you here today to play a game we're calling...
And the Emmy goes to...
We are right now in the eye of the Emmy storm. The Creative Arts Emmys were last weekend. The Primetime Emmys are this weekend. So no one is talking about anything but the Emmy Awards. Ooh. We're going to ask you 3 questions about these JV Oscars. Answer 2 correctly and you win our prize, one of our listeners. Rhymefest, who is Bob Costas playing for?
Bob is playing for Matt Johnson of Houston, Texas.
All right. Ready to play? Here is your first question. Where does the name Emmy for the award come from? Is it A, it's the initials M.E. for Mamie Eisenhower, who presided at the first awards? Is it B, strangely, it is named after our own panelist, Emmy Blotnick? Or C, it was named for the image orthogon tube, an important bit of early TV technology?
I'm
Image
going with
orthogon
C.
tube?
You're going to go with C, and you are right. The image orthogon tube was known as Emmy. Huge advance TV technology, so much so that Emmy was named for it. Here's your next question. The whole point of the Emmys, of course, as you know, is to promote TV. But at the 2015 Emmys, Andy Samberg went above and beyond to encourage people to watch the HBO show Game of Thrones. How did he do it? A, by wearing a handmade 15-foot-long dragon costume on stage. B, by giving out to the live international audience his actual HBO login and password. Or C, by playing a video in which his head was CGI'd onto every character in every sex scene from that season.
C?
You know, I should know this, but somehow I missed that particular telecast. I'm just going to guess B.
You're going to guess B. He gave out his HBO login and password to the universe? He did.
Yes.
And people report, everybody, of course, immediately ran over to their televisions
C
or whatever.
would be funnier.
And it worked for a few days. All right. Very good, Bob. Here is...
2 for 2.
2 for 2, right. As someone in your profession might say.
Yes.
You're batting 1,000.
He is. He's batting 1,000. Let's see what he does with this pitch. In Dame Helen Mirren's acceptance speech after winning an Emmy for her performance as Queen Elizabeth I, she said that her greatest triumph was what? Was it A, making her Queen Elizabeth I recognizably different from her Queen Elizabeth II? B, the voiceover work that she had done for the film Legends of the Guardians, the Owls of Gablool, for which she was unfairly snubbed. Or C, she said her greatest triumph was, quote, not falling ass over tit as she climbed the stairs to the podium.
C.
It is without question C.
You are right. You called your shot, as you might say. And allegedly, the censors who were manning, you know, that bleep button were so charmed by her British accent that the remark made it to air, and now, again, to us. Rhymefest, how did Bob Costas do in our quiz?
Bob got 3 for 3. He got them all right.
Congratulations.
It's the trifecta. It's the hat trick.
It is.
The Triple Crown.
That's a good thing. Part of your job is coming up with catchphrases and names. What should we call?
What's that?
How many more sport analogies can he pull in?
You know, he could do all of them, but I think he went with 3 for 2 reasons. One, it's the magic comedy number. 2, it was a joke about 3s. And I would have a 3rd, but I couldn't think of one.
Timing.
Pardon?
Timing.
What's the secret of comedy?
Moo.
You awake on the stage?
Timing. All right. Yeah.
When someone goes 3 for 3 on this game.
The Costi.
There you go. Bob Costas is a Hall of Fame broadcaster and, not coincidentally, the winner of 28 Emmy Awards himself. Bob Costas, thank you so much for joining us on Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, everybody.
Take care, Bob. Bye-bye.
So long.
When we come back, we warm up the winter with a return to Hawaii and a talk with one of the greatest surfers of all time. That's when we return with more of Wait, Don't Tell Me. Jim, EV.
Jurors. So/and
To meet your me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Alzo Slade, filling in for Bill Curtis, and here's your host at the Studebaker Theater in the Fine Arts Building in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Alzo. Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much. So, it is late December in Chicago, and the days are short and the winds are cold, so we are all getting nostalgic for the trip we took to Honolulu, Hawaii in October. We had such an amazing time. It's hard to choose a favorite moment.
Not for me. The best thing I saw in Hawaii was me standing there in Hawaii.
That's right. Alzo and I were there. We did 2 shows in the Aloha State,
Censors
and now
have the
we're going
job
to hear
of making
part
sure
of that
error-
never-before broadcast second show. We saved it for a moment
Errors
when
don't
we needed
err
it
or
most,
else.
like now.
First, a Bluff the Listener game
Yep.
with panelists Shane O'Neill, Dulce Sloan, and Helen Hong. And then a visit with one of the greatest surfers ever, Honolulu native and Olympic champion, Carissa Moore.
It is now time to play the Wait, Don't Tell Me Bluff the Listener game. Call 1-888-WAIT to play our game on the air. Hi, you are on Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha, yes. My name is Rich.
Hello, Rich. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Kailua, Oahu, Hawaii. Can't beat it.
You can't beat it. What do you do there?
I'm recently retired, and I'm very active in Rotary, and I volunteer as a mediator at the Mediation Center of the Pacific.
Really?
How very
Really?
NPR audience.
I'm sorry. I mean, I know I'm a visitor to these lovely islands, but I can't imagine anybody ever has a problem they need to mediate. It all seems like a happy place. Well, Richard, great to have you with us. You're going to play our game in which you have to tell truth from fiction. Also, what is Rich's topic?
Carpe diem.
Sometimes you have to seize the day. Climb that mountain. Tell her you're in love with her. Move to Europe forever because things got really awkward after you told her you're in love with her. This week we heard about somebody really going for it. Pick the one who's telling the truth.
What was that?
I said it sounds fairly fishy.
I don't know. On a scale of 1 to
fin?
flounder, I feel like they're skating through. Nothing?
Nope.
And you'll win the Wait Waiter of your choice on your voicemail. Are you ready to?
What was that?
Just going to sit here and blubber on.
Well, I mean, if you're not having a whale of a time,
Well, that joke just really sealed the deal.
I wish I had something more to say. I'm being quiet. Orca don't know what else to do.
I did that on purpose.
Oh. Let's finish this.
Just for the hell of it.
Stop floundering, hit play.
What?
Yes.
I'm sorry, did somebody in the room with you have to tell you to say yes?
No, that didn't happen.
That didn't happen, okay, never.
No, it didn't happen.
Didn't happen. Standing there on your own talents, brains, brought to this, no help at all. Let's first hear from Shane O'Neill.
Kristen Elliott of Maple Bluff, Wisconsin is a busy woman. A resident at the UW hospital, she puts in 24-hour shifts in their emergency room. She goes to Pilates classes 3 times a week and volunteers at the soup kitchen at her local church. But when an invitation came for an ex-boyfriend's wedding, she knew she needed to squeeze in one more thing into her busy schedule, finding a date. So last Saturday, she set up 18 hours worth of mini dates. That's 180 dates in one day.
No.
She kept track of the marathon day with a spreadsheet, adding numerical ratings and columns for physical attributes, red flags, hygiene, and whether they showed up in a fleece quarter zip. Sadly, none of these dates seemed suitable. So she plans to schedule a second day of 7-minute-long second dates. Unfortunately, with the extra 2 minutes, I can only book 73 dates in a day, she said sadly, before strapping on a helmet, climbing onto her scooter, and rolling off to a sip and paint party where she plans to finish half a bottle of wine and no fewer than 3 paintings and 2 ceramics pieces.
A woman seizes the day by scheduling 18 hours
No.
of speed dates during them.
No.
The next story of someone capturing the moment comes from Dulce Sloan.
Rusty Albertson of Cleveland, Georgia, retired from being a middle school geography teacher for 47 years. His wife, Jeannie, also retired from nursing, and now they finally have the time and money to travel. Growing up in Cleveland, Georgia, Rusty was always fascinated that the names of cities can repeat in other states or even countries. So Rusty wondered if there were any other Clevelands. Much to his excitement, there are 7 other Clevelands in the United States for a total of 8 Clevelands. As a fan of the rap group Bone Thugs and Harmony, he always wanted to visit Cleveland, Ohio. But now there are 6 other Clevelands for Rusty's Cleveland tour.
One Bone
Jeannie,
Thugs
on the other hand, was
fan
less
in the
enthusiastic.
audience.
She said, well, I thought he meant traveling to somewhere fun, like all the cities named Paris or Miami. To which Rusty supplied, all the Miamis. I don't mind going to Indiana or Missouri, but I'll be damned if I ever go to Texas.
A man sets off in his dream to visit all the towns in the country named Cleveland. Your
I like
last
that one. It's
DM
believable.
Carpade comes from Helen Hahn.
It's not easy getting a Guinness World Record. You might have to hold your breath for 20 minutes or eat 80 hot dogs in one sitting. Or you could create your own original world record and make it uniquely painful. That's what Gabrielle Wall did when she chose to set the first ever record for the fastest 100-meter sprint barefoot on Lego bricks.
Oh,
I
God,
know.
no.
Her training
No.
included jumping up and down in a kiddie pool filled with Legos. Wall also went barefoot for months, and when she explained that she was training to sprint...
I have a high
No.
pain tolerance. I do. I've gotten hurt often. And so I know that my pain tolerance has just gone up over my lifetime. I swear to dog. This sounds like the kind of torture that would make me tell them anything they wanted to know. This sounds like the kind of torture that would actually work on me. Legos and 4-sided dice. That would do it. I can handle broken glass. I can handle gravel. Legos and 4-sided dice. No.
Honestly, the cow trips are worse. The 4-sided dice, definitely worse.
They are. But Legos are just, they're insidious.
Well, there's a chance that the four-sided dice can lose some of their points while being rolled. And they still hurt, but they're not as sharp. The Legos? No.
I have a very specific four-sided die in mind.
No.
You know exactly which one I'm talking about.
Those are okay. No, we're going with normal. We're going with average. We're going with,
Plastic.
Oh yes, regular four-sided dice are painful to step on.
They
this
are.
One,
Why don't I have one within reach? Where did it go? All the rest of my... there it is. For those of you who don't know what a four-sided dice looks like, is this nasty little thing. No matter how you roll it, no matter how it lands, it's going to land on a flat side, and there is going to be one of these little points sticking up. Just waiting to stab you in the foot.
Take a look in Discord.
Huh?
Take a look in Discord.
Look in the chat.
Look at the D4.
Oh, heck no.
Yeah.
No, those are okay. So, I don't even want to roll those dice, though. Those dice look like they're going to try and take hand with them. They look like they're going to grab your finger and suck you into a realm where a guy has pins coming out of his head.
They do make those Constitution saves feel more valid.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
is the
roll a check. Hold on,
dropping.
let me save for Constitution. Let me do a con save before I roll for check.
Yeah.
Oh, someone sounds very unhappy.
Yeah, they do.
Oh. That sounds like a tired cry. Oh, buddy.
That is the four-sided die that I dread losing.
If you lose it, you better hope you lose it good. You better hope you don't find it.
That's when I start wearing shoes in the house.
Yep, you lose that die, you start wearing shoes in the house. And that thing looks like it won't even necessarily save you from that. That thing looks like it will go right through the sole of a shoe. Thing looks like it sees the sole of a shoe coming, and it starts turning, so it'll just drill its way into your foot.
It's the Necromancer D4. It will destroy your soul.
You have to wear special anti-magic gloves just to roll them. All right.
Yes, it does. It slices, it dices, it removes fingernails.
It slices, it dices, it juliennes, and now it even steals your soul. That's right. It's the Hellraiser D4. That's not Hellraiser as in R-A-I-S-E-R. No, that's R-A-Z-E-R. It razors your... Oh, I lost it. I had something and I lost it.
And feeling of missing your soul.
Yep. Hey, Maddie. Good to see you. Thank you for being here.
I still like the fact that it slices and it dices.
Ah.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was a very awesome part.
Very well done.
No, he got there. He got there. I missed it. Peanut Gallery got there. All right. we better get on with this. Yeah, I know.
Legos, people inevitably asked, why would you do that? Why? Naysayers notwithstanding,
Yes, why?
Wall completed the spiky sprint in 24.75 seconds. Her husband immediately presented her with fluffy pink slippers that she'll probably never take off again.
All right. Here then, Rich, are 3 stories of someone seizing the moment. Is it from Shane O'Neill, someone trying to maximize their chances, having speed dates for 18 hours all fit into one day? From Dulce Sloan, a man determined to live out his dream of visiting every Cleveland in the country beside his own Cleveland? Or from Helen Hong, a woman who fulfilled a lifelong dream by setting a world record, in this case, the land speed record for running on Legos?
Oh, God.
Which of these?
No.
Which of these was the real story we found in the week's news?
I got to go with number 3, the Lego lady. I tell you, she beats them all.
She does. Wow. And you figured that out all by yourself.
All by myself.
All by yourself. All right, you're going to choose then. You're going to choose. You're going to choose Helen's story about the Lego run. Well, we spoke to someone who actually had the inside dope on this particular story.
She wanted to set a world record, so she decided that she would run over Lego bricks.
No.
That was Kyle Melnick, is a reporter for the Washington Post, talking about the record-breaking Lego run. Congratulations, Rich, you got it right.
Yay,
Helen was telling the truth. She's going to win a prize.
No.
You're going to win our prize, the voicemail of anyone you choose. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
You could share it with your backup.
Yeah.
I will do many things. I will try many things that hurt. Like, I just...
And now the game where we ask people who are really, really good at one thing about another thing. We call it Not My Job. So not far from us, right now in Honolulu, there is a 100-foot-high mural on the side of a building with 2 people painted on it. You've seen it. One of the 2 figures is Duke Kahanamoku, the legendary father of surfing. He introduced the sport around the world in the 1930s. And the other is Carissa Moore, the first ever female Olympic gold medalist in shortboard surfing and generally acclaimed as the greatest woman ever to ride a wave. And one of those 2 icons joins us now. Carissa Moore, welcome to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
I'm so happy to be here.
We're so happy to have you. Since I brought up the mural, I gotta ask, what is it like, because you live in Honolulu still, where you grew up, what is it like to drive around and see your own sort of visage painted next to like one of the great national heroes and you're in front of him?
I mean,
I
definitely have to like pinch myself. It's super surreal. I can't believe they still have it up.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody painted a 100-foot-high painting.
I wonder if the likeness is good. Like, I'm guessing it is. I'm guessing it's pretty good, because most of those large murals of somebody that they use, whoever the artist is usually good at portraiture and can do a good job of getting a good likeness. But like, could you imagine if it wasn't? Like, you have to look at this 60-foot, 50-foot version of yourself and be like, I just don't see me. I don't see it. Like, a stick figure. I just feel like that would be, that would be unsettling at best.
Painting, they don't just like wait a couple days and paint over it.
No,
they don't like erase it.
Well, I hope it stays up for a little while longer. I want to show my daughter one day and be like, that's Mom.
Yeah.
Definitely take a lot of selfies.
You know what would be great? I don't know if this is true, but if there were a liquor store across the street and you went in and they asked you for ID and you just pointed It's a dream. It's really good. You grew up here in Honolulu. You grew up surfing at Waikiki, right? Which was basically the birthplace of surfing. There's the statue of Duke right there. And you got famous pretty early, right? I saw an interview with you that was done when you were 7 years old, surfing at Waikiki. And you said to the interviewer, you liked surfing because, and I will quote you, "I like it because it's different each day, and it's not always the same." So I ask you now.
No, dude.
Do you still stand by that?
Dude.
Yeah, I sounded pretty good.
Yeah, you sounded.
Yeah.
You look pretty good. They said, it's interesting. You were 7, and you were already in the local news, and people were saying this is going to be a professional surfer someday. And so that was something that you knew was perhaps on your path early on.
I don't know if I knew, but my dad knew, and
Yeah.
he's here tonight.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Dad.
I don't know where he is. But
He's somewhere.
He's
He's
here.
somewhere. Because he was an athlete himself, a great swimmer. Right?
Yes,
and,
he
and
was.
he's in that report, by the way, paddling out with you. So
Yeah.
I got to see him. And I know about stage moms, right? The classic. Are there surfer dads? It's like, you're going to catch one more wave. Get back out to the break.
There's, yes, for every sport.
No, but he is the best. He still paddles out with me.
He does?
Mhm.
Wow, do you...
Yeah.
Really, at your level of achievement, your world championship status, you have to paddle yourself out? Nobody paddles you out? Nobody volunteers?
No, we do surf together all the time still, and I feel really lucky that we get to continue to share this journey together.
Right.
Mhm.
Do you ever, just for fun, literally surf circles around him?
Just there's this nice dance that we both have out there for sure.
You see,
That was delicate.
I don't know a lot of surfers, but I had always thought of surfers as being very outgoing, very confident, because it's a dangerous and difficult thing that you do pretty much for fun. But you don't seem that way. You seem kind of like not particularly egotistical, and you're the best in the world. That seems weird to me.
I struggle with confidence.
Really?
Yes, I doubt myself and overthink everything all the time.
You remember when I said the best in the world thing just a moment ago? Like championships, world championships, Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, you could keep telling me that, but somehow I don't believe it still.
I think you should wear the medal every day. Like,
Yeah.
wear the medal on the daily.
Be a good affirmation.
Wear it around everywhere.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting because surfing is not easy to begin with, and on the level you competed at, with like all around the world against the very, very best surfers in the world, where you get like one chance to like do it.
I wonder how many of the world's highest elite level, not just athletes, but other skill-based vocations, other people in those vocations. Like, I wonder how many of them still have that sort of oh gosh, that word just went completely out of my head. Insecurity. They may have all of the proof that they're the best, but they don't feel it inside. And I wonder if I would bet that it's a larger percentage than if you took a random sampling of society. I would bet that one of the things that drives people to excel like that is that level of insecurity.
And taxi drivers.
And Microsoft. Taxi drivers using Microsoft, driving to excel.
Exactly.
That's how we got way more.
No, we don't have any babies to deliver. Oh God, it
So
just
what?
hit me.
Waymo
That
is
was a
some foreign
real
language.
baby delivery system.
Yes, Waymo is some foreign language for stork.
So for those of you who may have missed yesterday's show, a woman gave birth in a Waymo. This happened recently, and the Waymo delivered them to the hospital. Waymo is lead speak for stork.
Oh my.
I'm gonna press play now.
Or wipe out. Did you like psych yourself up? How did you get yourself out of this lack of confidence of which you mentioned and get yourself into the right headspace?
I like to have random dance parties before I go out surfing. So actually, right before I paddled out for the Olympic final in Tokyo in 2021, I FaceTimed my husband and we did a dance to Ed Sheeran.
You did a dance to Ed Sheeran with your husband over FaceTime.
Yeah. It just helps me like get out of my head a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
And is it true that like you were rather pregnant during your last competition?
I was pregnant. Yes, I was 10 weeks, so she was really tiny.
Right. Because we saw a video of you when you were much more pregnant, and it's like, how did you get on the board to like paddle out?
It is a wonder of the world.
It really is.
Watching me do that. Yes.
Yeah. Because I just imagine, I mean, I didn't see it, but I imagine, you know, you're very pregnant and you lie face down on the board and your hands can't reach the water.
My butt is really high up in the air and I'm kind of look like an inchworm and I can't like lift my head. It's really quite a sight.
And your daughter, yes?
Yes.
Is how old? Now?
7 months.
7 months.
Yeah.
Whoa, congratulations! You're a new mom.
Surfing while pregnant sounds insanely dangerous. Now,
I'm going to cast an entirely male perspective on this.
Yeah.
Doing anything while pregnant sounds extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, that's not necessarily a male thing. That's just more Victorian male thing.
Yeah. It's, I mean, okay, I've never surfed. I body surf. I've boogie boarded and I body surf. I don't actually get on a surfboard.
What, no state surfing?
Crowd surfing.
No, actually, no, I have never crowd surfed. I was in a crowd one time when I saw somebody try to crowd surf and the crowd didn't like them and he leapt and they parted. Wham! And I decided never to test my popularity in that way. Because I'm pretty sure, especially at that time, not popular enough to get caught. I was hitting the floor. I didn't need... I don't need to do more dumb stuff to injure myself. But also, I don't need to prove to myself that nobody's gonna catch me. Like... Nah, I'm good.
Blam.
Lockpick! Too drunk to participate. Without getting me... Oh, God. Yeah, you guys were going this morning. I'm terrified. So yeah, all of the surfing that I've done has included me getting slammed up against the beach at high speeds, rolling violently, and ending up covered in bruises. my favorite part, actually. I love it. But, so my concept of surfing involves this level of, injury. And I could be very wrong about how surfing is supposed to work. And surfing on a surfboard really may not work that way. On the other hand, if you're going really fast and you wipe out, that water stops being fluid and starts feeling kind of solid. I don't know if you can be going fast enough on a surfboard to actually, bounce on the water if you wipe out, but so that's why it seems like that would just be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know enough about surfing to make that actual determination.
Is there a surfboard equivalent to a jogging stroller? Can you strap her in and go out and surf with her?
Well, I'm like the human strap.
Right.
It's a lot of just going straight.
Yes.
And just making sure that she's safe.
Yes.
And she's not upset.
Yes.
And she's enjoying it.
Does she enjoy surfing?
Yeah, I think she does. I mean, there's no crying.
Yeah, that's important.
Is her first word gonna be gnarly?
I hope it's mom.
Oh, that would be better.
But then gnarly.
Well, Carissa Moore, it is such a pleasure to talk to you. We have asked you here to play a game that this time we're calling
Shortboard Meet Really Bored.
So you're one of the greatest shortboard surfers ever, but what do you know about being bored? We're going to ask you 3 questions about boredom. Answer 2 out of 3 correctly, and you'll win our prize for one of our listeners.
What do I know about
Alvin,
boredom? Well,
who
I'm
is
doing
Carissa
this
Moore
show,
playing?
aren't I?
Alicia Plant of Tumwater, Washington.
Here's your first question. BuzzFeed once published, among their many lists, a guide to things you can do if you're bored, including which of these activities? A, making adorable little dolls out of your cat's hair. B, opening 4 browser windows and watching Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV, and HBO Max at the same time. Or C, seeing how much soap you can put in your pasta sauce before you can taste it.
B.
I think I'm going to go with A.
You are right.
What were you saying?
I wasn't saying anything. I was just going, what?
Yeah, well, yeah. I didn't want to go with A because he's just no. These guys are not the cleanest animals. And I mean, we try, but no, cats in general, not super clean.
All right. You're right to do so.
I don't want to think about making anything out of their fault.
BuzzFeed suggests buying a book called Crafting with Cat Hair. All right, that's good. You got one right. Beloved children's TV host Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, would often get restless and bored in the company of adults. His widow says that when a grown-up gathering, a party of some kind, got dull, Rogers would liven things up by doing what? A, bring out a puppet he always carried with him, this one called Prince Eric the Drunk. B, change into his leather cardigan. Or C, start farting.
B.
It's wait, don't tell me. It's got to be the fart.
I kind of think it's A, but I like the way you said leather cardigan, so I might have to go with B.
So you liked A, which is the puppet, Prince Eric the Drunk, who didn't normally appear in the kingdom of make-believe, but you liked the way I said leather cardigan.
Yes. Are both of those wrong?
Both, they are both wrong.
Okay. So is it C?
It is C.
Okay,
yes,
cool. Let's go with C.
You're right, it's C, yes. Started farting.
He what?
That's what he would do. His widow, Jean, says, quote, he would just raise one cheek and he would look at me and smile.
This makes me love him even
more. How could you? And you thought it wasn't possible. You
I'm
have
very
you have one
serious.
more question, Carissa. Here we go. Just this year, a man in Illinois admitted to a police officer that he did something on purpose because he was bored. What was it that he did? Was it A, he crashed his car into the back of the policeman's car? B, he went outside in February and intentionally stuck his tongue to a frozen flagpole? Or C, he had a Cubs uniform printed up with his name in the back and managed to spend 2 innings in the dugout before somebody caught him?
I want it to be C so bad.
You think it's A? It was A. He did it again. It was A. He crashed his car and just to the back of the policeman's car. The policeman goes, "What the hell was that?" And the guy was like, "I don't know. I was bored." And then he wasn't bored anymore. Also, how did
That is
Carissa
not
Moore do
how
in that
I
quiz?
want to be
She
not
was
bored.
gnarly. 3 out of 3.
Carissa Moore is the first ever winner of the Olympic gold medal in women's shortboard surfing, a world champion and a living treasure here in her hometown of Honolulu. Carissa Moore, thank you so much for joining us. And wait, don't tell me. Carissa Moore!
I will never be bored enough that I feel the need to interact with
When we
a
come back,
cop
Baseball Hall of Famer Jim Rice
voluntarily.
explains his complex approach to becoming one of the greatest hitters
No.
ever. And pay attention, because it happens pretty quick. That's when we come back with more Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR.
This met LinkedIn's Wait.
That together you cast. That's Superhuman.
Theater in the Fine Arts Building in Chicago, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Alzo. Thanks, everybody. So, we've been having a lot of fun this week because this week we decided to focus on the past and completely stop thinking about tomorrow.
Go to hell, Fleetwood Mac.
So, here are some more remarkably fun moments we have with our panelists this year. Alonzo, according to a frightening new study, more than a quarter of 18 to 35-year-olds who drink beer do what?
Wash down their weed? I don't know. Let's see. Can you give me a hint?
Yeah, it's perfect if you love your beer cold and watery.
Oh, they put ice in.
They put ice in their beer, according... Ooh.
Wow.
I'm not saying I have.
Well, the entire city
We
of
can do-
Chicago
we can do-
is just...
We do depredations, crimes of all kinds, autocrats planning to live forever. Ice and beer, though, and you're like, that's too far. Yes. According...
I am not proud of this. I'm not. But sometimes, during the Virginia summers, especially when I was working at Miller's, and the air conditioning would break. And I mean, yeah, the beer would be cold when it came out of the tap, but within a few minutes, man, it'd be warm. I'm not too proud to admit that I have had draft Michelob over ice on a hot day.
Why would you do that?
Because I wanted cold.
It's beer.
alcohol.
Why would you do that? Why would you drink beer?
Because it was cheap. Draft Michelob was less than $1 a pint.
Ah.
Yes. And with enough salt and hot sauce, it tasted like salt and hot sauce. But now I have also drank I've drank wine over ice, both red and white. You know, I have drank chilled red wine. I actually liked chilled red wine. I just stopped drinking it that way because the looks I got from other Charlottesville people. But
No, to make it significantly worse, yet significantly better, what you do is you drink it out of a freezy mug.
I like it.
I mean,
I like it. Now, this all being said, I don't drink anymore, so I won't be trying any of these anymore anyway.
I mean, that's a classic Invader Zim of worse or better.
And Dib says, definitely worse.
To a new survey, 28% of young adults put ice in their beer, completely spitting in the face of decades of put the glass in the freezer technology. The problem here is, of course, that your ice cubes will melt, kids, and it will water down the beer. What you really want to do is decant your Bud Light and drink it at room temperature so it really opens up.
Do they actually do these things just to annoy previous generations?
Probably.
Like watery beer
Hey,
is
Grandpa,
awful,
watch
but-
this. Plink, plink, plink. It seems like there's an obvious solution here to the problem of warm beer if you feel that's a problem. Step 1, Google, does beer freeze? Step 2, make beer ice cubes. Step 3, forget about the beer ice cubes that you made. Step 4, be like, why are these ice cubes so disgusting? Shane, according to realtors,
oddly specific
before deciding
there, Peter.
to buy a house, more and more people are asking to do what?
Oh, just use the restroom.
Oh, more than that.
Oh, spend a night with the realtor in the master bedroom, the main bedroom.
I'm going to give it to you, although the realtor is not necessarily invited.
Oh, people want to have sex in the house?
He just went. You went there.
You went there. You went right there. No, people want to spend the night in the house.
Okay.
Some of us sleep at night, Shane.
I know. More and more home buyers are asking to spend the night in the house before they fully commit to buying it. It makes sense. You're spending your life savings, right? You should
Also,
get the
the
chance to
place
make sure
is
everything
haunted.
works, see what it's like at night,
Like, you
change
gotta
the
know.
locks, and then sell all the current owner's possessions.
What is the rationale? Is it just to see if
Well,
it's haunted?
basically, well, sort of. I mean, they want to see what it's like. Some people say, well, I want to see what it feels like to be there alone. I want to see if there's noises at night. And some of the realtors are like, well, that's okay. Some of them are like, no, because of liability. I mean, what if something goes wrong? And if something really goes wrong, bang, now they have to sell a house that's haunted.
Yeah. My childhood home.
I like that one. Peanut Gallery. That's good. Trying to drown the ice.
Childhood home was for sale. And I went to look at it, and the realtor did not know that I had grown up in this house. And it had been on the market for a really long time. And she said, you know, I wonder if something bad happened in this house. I was like, I could tell you.
Sister, I got stories.
Lots of bad things happen in this house.
Emmy, after an airplane passenger posted photos of the snack her seatmate brought on the flight, people are arguing over whether it is okay to eat what on a plane.
Wheat thins?
Are wheat thins problematic?
I want to say
Are wheat thins
fish.
problematic in your view?
What are wheat thins? Like, can you,
How much time do we have?
Is that like a communion wafer?
Well, I
It's
think
sort of if Triscuit had less of hair.
Oh boy, Nabisco, have I got the slogan for you?
Bald Triscuits. Bald Triscuits. Oh,
No, I will.
Bald Triscuits.
that's
Oh,
it.
that's good.
No, I will give you a hint, Emmy. What was amazing was she had all these, but she didn't even bring dye to make Easter eggs or anything.
Oh, were they
Hard-boiled eggs?
Hard-boiled eggs.
Hard-boiled eggs.
I'm gonna go
Yes, she had 7 hard-boiled eggs, and I also would have accepted
That's a no.
corn in the cob and an entire whole boiled potato, because those were the side dishes.
Does she only know how to boil things?
Apparently.
Like, what is she, a pilgrim? Who is eating?
We gotta get this lady an oven.
Who brings this kind of food on a plane?
Hard-boiled,
Even
yeah.
paleo bros
A
are
noir
like, lady, too
detective.
far. Also,
It sounds like a meal my dog wants to be left alone with.
I know.
That sounds like witchcraft.
Were they pre-peeled? Because if you have to sit there
No,
and
this is the
peel
thing.
all the
According
stuff.
to the person who posted the picture, she said 4 of them were peeled, 3 of them were not yet peeled.
Witchcraft. That's witchcraft, man. That's Wiccan stuff.
Yeah, that just made all our astrological signs change.
Yeah.
So clearly, our theory is this woman bought too many eggs about a week ago, and now she's going to go out of town on a long trip. She didn't want to waste them. Or She's a mongoose. Alex, this week we learned about a new technology that promises to improve your life by monitoring your health and your wellness.
So the next people on that plane are going to be extremely polite. They're all going to be walking on eggshells.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Bravo. Bravo. That was a delicate joke, but you cracked it.
A tiny camera in your what?
Put a tiny camera in my what now?
I don't
Actually, you're not far off from that.
No,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Yeah, no, it's that's part of the view. It's like you take the lens cap off and you put the
Not toilet.
Yes, in your
God
toilet.
dang it.
We did a story
legendary
about this, didn't
bathroom
we?
fixture company Kohler introduced the Decoda. That is a $600 camera that you clamp to your toilet seat. You point it down, and it analyzes your waste to give you valuable health data.
Visually?
Point it up, and your dreams will be haunted forever.
Wait, what can it tell?
It can analyze your gut health and hydration levels, and also whether or not you've had beef.
It's not a GoPro, it's a GoPro.
Now, I'm unclear in how you actually get to see the photos. I hope
don't
it's
wanna
not that
see
you
the
walk out of the
photos.
bathroom and there's like a big screen with them all on it, like after a roller coaster ride. No, actually, of course, this will not be a surprise, you have to subscribe to their service.
Oh,
You pay them $7 a month and you get to see the photos and your health data.
no.
You
I
don't
would
if you-
pay not to see the
If
photos.
you don't pay them, everybody else sees them.
I just feel
No.
like there's always like data leaks and like no fun intended.
Also, aren't there
I don't want this to
people-
come back to bite me in the butt. That's
Yeah,
no
well,
pun
also,
intended.
yeah. There's no way of talking about this without eventually arriving there, yeah.
I would buy this if it let you know when you set a personal best.
I love how we have now paid companies to invade our privacy even further.
Right? Also,
Instead of making money off of your own nude pics, you're going to have to pay us to share your nude pics with random people on the internet so that they can judge you and then tell you whether or not you're doing healthy.
Also, I don't think it's sharing it with random people. I think they're using AI, which means that this is more jobs that AI is taking.
Yeah, but it's
Aren't
sharing
there
it with
doctors
AI,
that
which then shares it with
specialize-
everybody else. So therefore, you're sharing it with random people.
Yeah.
But still, aren't there like doctors who are supposed to be able to do this job? Like, aren't
You
we?
really want to be the doctor that's like, I went to medical school for 7 years to sit here and stare at pictures, people taking a shit.
I'm up to my eyeballs in school debt for this. Okay, you know what? Okay, AI can have this job. This is the kind of job I think AI can have.
The thing is, so many of these AI products are, we'll send your information to the massive data server farm to dissect and blah, 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 and give you the results back. No, you just put the specific program on my device. Therefore, it doesn't have to get sent to someone else where it can be, no pun intended, leaked further. You can have a smart fridge that says, "Oh, you're out of milk," without have to be connected to the internet. But no, everything has to be connected to the internet.
On the other hand, Doom on your smart fridge.
Doom on crabs.
That is by far the coolest.
I don't know. Rats playing Doom is kind of cool too.
Okay, can we get rats playing Doom on crabs?
On the fridge.
I think we have to watch it from the fridge. Because remember, for rats to play
still make it on the fridge.
Huh?
It's being live streamed on the fridge.
Yeah. For rats to play Doom, they have to have that visor thing, that little head, not visor, that little screen.
They're gonna have their special equipment.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that would be, that right there is, I think, peak technology. Rats playing Doom on crabs being streamed to the fridge.
With live commentary presented by The Toaster.
I don't know. I'm not wild about Toaster commentary. Just because, I mean, if you've ever seen Red Dwarf and Taki the Toaster, that's okay. I don't need that.
When they make a mistake, we can really cook them.
Hey. I'm pressing eject on this one. I'm not getting sucked into kitchen appliance puns. I have the power to stop this. At least I'm telling myself I do. I'm pressing play.
You're acting like a GFI outlet.
Being all grounded.
You're acting like a GFI outlet.
I've been tripped. I tried.
This message comes from Whole Foods Market with a limited
Your favorite word plan required.
Much of my childhood, and we got to talk to one of my childhood heroes, Hall of Famer Jim Rice of the Boston Red Sox.
As soon as Peter stopped giggling like a 10-year-old boy, he asked Jim what it's like to walk the streets of Boston like a god among men.
Do you, I'm assuming you get, well, of course, you're also on TV, helping to broadcast Red Sox games, so I'm assuming you get recognized a lot.
Yes, this is a very sports-minded city, regardless if you're playing baseball, football, but they know who you are.
We hear about Boston. I am one, a Boston Red Sox fan. The we can be a little abrasive. Does anybody ever give you grief for anything, or are you way beyond that?
You know, when I first got here, being from the South, I was brought up that you speak to everyone as you're walking down the streets and things like that. And someone stopped me and said, "We don't do that here." So it was hard for me to make that adjustment, being a Southern guy and, you know, being hospitable and things like this. We don't speak.
You came up here and you had manners, and they're like, "That's not what we do in Boston."
That was it.
So, Jim, you played in front of the Green Monster at Fenway. For people who don't know, that's this very high close-in wall that makes left field in Fenway particularly hard to play. Did you just enjoy yourself and opposing teams would go out there and watch them screw it up?
We did, but as a player, this is like your house, which we knew. The time we hit the ball, we knew we had a chance to get a double. Now, the opposing team, they didn't have any idea how good I was. They would get a single.
So this would happen, right? I mean, it happens sometimes to this day that an opposing player will hit the ball high off the wall. That's a hard hit ball. They're like, "I'm taking two, easy." And the next thing you know, you've got it in to second base before they're even rounding.
Well, we had a team here the other day. I guess they called themselves the Mets, I believe.
I've heard of them.
And there was a guy, Soto, making all this dough, and he hit one out. He stood there and he tried to style a little bit.
Yeah, he was admiring his shot. Yeah.
And it didn't work out pretty good.
No, it's a really high wall.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. You are in the Baseball Hall of Fame, a rare and extraordinary achievement. You were elected in your last year of eligibility, 15th year.
I got in my last year?
Yeah.
That's a whole range of pun-based kitchen appliance names. Have you been cooking that for long? In Punnerator.
No, just mixing them up right now.
Yeah. And what were you doing when you got the call?
Well, do I have to say it?
I believe you do.
Please. Okay. My mom and I, she was at General Hospital, and I was at General Hospital, Young and the Restless. And so, no, I'm serious. And so, my whole career, I watched Young and the Restless. So when I got the call, I was watching Young and the Restless, and I was asked, well, you just made it to the Hall of Fame. I said, look, I'm looking at the Young and the Restless. Call me back later. I swear to God.
Really?
Good
for you.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. It seems like they call you, they say, Mr. Rice, I'm calling from Cooperstown. And you're like, wait a minute. It just turned out that's not Denise. It's Denise's evil twin. I'll call you back.
No, well, I knew that because they said if you get in the Hall of Fame, they'll call you at a certain time.
Right.
Don't bother me at 12:30. 12:30 to 1:30.
Puns,
no.
yeah, nice.
And
Food
they couldn't wait for
punsessers.
Bold and Beautiful. Believe it or not, Young and the Restless is much better than Bold and Beautiful.
Oh, I believe it.
You go from the Young and the Restless to the Bold and the Beautiful, or vice versa. And so, if you watched it, the guy name is Victor, and I have it on my phone.
Oh, he's a very famous actor who did this role for me.
I have it on my phone, and he called me and said, Jim, I know you watched the Young and the Restless. Congratulations, you're in the Hall of Fame.
So you got a call
And
from Victor?
I have it on my phone.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
Great.
That's
Yes, I have it on my
amazing.
phone.
But you said
Toast Punster.
you said that you watched it your whole career.
Yeah.
So what did you do during like day games? It's like, Jim, you're up. You're like, no, my stories are on.
No.
Well,
You could have a tape, but
record them.
a good friend of mine, Bob Montgomery, which was behind Carlton Fisk, we played golf a lot, and he asked me one day, he said, why we always have to play golf and be back before 12:30?
Really?
Yeah. I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, and I didn't really have lunch because I was very nervous. I was so antsy about the game, so I didn't really
Pun in the
and so
Restless.
that was my downtime
Dang
to watch
it.
Young and the Restless.
Have you ever thought of doing a walk-on?
I thought about that,
These
but
are the puns of our lives.
like, yeah, my hands are sweaty now by being up here. I can play in front of a crowd,
One pun
but
to
this
live.
here is terrifying. I'm telling
Really?
You. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I'm sweaty. I'm sweaty.
Designated hitter while his shows
Because
were on.
I'm not accustomed to this.
You're not accustomed to the sort of
I got a quick question too. I never had a chance to talk to a Hall of Fame hitter. You guys, it's about what, less than a second to decide to hit the ball. So can you talk us through the mechanics of when you decide to swing and don't, and like how does that work?
See ball, hit ball. See ball, hit ball out.
See ball, hit ball.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we called analytics back in the day. Well, Jim Rice, it is an absolute thrill for me personally to talk to you. And we have invited you here to play a game that this time we're
It's
calling...
a real punishment
Watch
to
out for
live. No
these
one life to
green
pun.
monsters.
So as we said, you're one of 3 Hall of Famers so far to play in front of the Green Monster in Fenway Park. So we're going to ask you about actual monsters that are green. Answer 2 to 3 correctly, you'll win our prize for one of our listeners. Bill, who is the legendary Jim Rice playing for?
Colton Johnson of Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
You got this.
Here's your first question. The very green Incredible Hulk has been smashing things since his appearance in the comics in 1962, but one of his most exciting adventures happened in the 1990s, which saw the Incredible Hulk taking on what enemy? A, 100 baby ducks. B, the boy band New Kids on the Block. Or C, Marvel's quarterly financial report and future projected
General
earnings.
Punstittle. Supapunas.
C question, answer question.
Exactly.
Number 3.
Number 3. You're right.
Yeah.
It was the Marvel annual report, which was printed that year as a comic book, in which the Hulk discussed publishing revenues with stockholders.
I vaguely remember that one.
Here's your next question. That's very good. In Dr. Seuss's book, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Grinch is shown in black and white. And the Grinch only became green for the animated TV version. How did animator Chuck Jones
Punning
decide
light.
the Grinch should be that shade of green?
Guiding pun.
A, it happens to be the exact same shade as stomach bile. B, it was the same color as the really ugly rental car he took to meet Dr. Seuss. Or C, his ink supplier was having a sale on that shade the week they went into production?
Yeah.
Sale on that
I'll go with
shade.
C. You're going to go with C. His ink supplier was having a make him green, it's cheap. No, it was actually the color of the rental car. Nonetheless,
Okay.
I mean, you're used to this. You get a couple of chances to get a hit. Okay. Here's your last question. Sesame Street's
This is
green
very
monster,
punishing,
Oscar the
by the
Grouch,
way.
has been living for decades in a trash can that never gets emptied, which is a good thing because which of these, according to Sesame Street lore, is in that trash can? A, 3 tons of Big Bird guano. B, 17 elephants, a bowling alley, a skating rink, and an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Or C, 36 human bones.
It is definitely B. Somebody in the audience sounded
B. And
shouted
ladies
C.
and gentlemen, he hits
Friday
it out of the
Night
park.
Puns.
It is B. Oscar's trash can, canonically, is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Bill, how did Jim Rice do in our little game?
Wait, does
2
that
out
make
of
Oscar
3
the
Hall
Grouch
of
a Time
Famer.
Lord?
That's a win.
The Punisher.
Jim Rice is a baseball Hall of Famer. He spent his whole career playing for the Boston Red Sox and will never pay
That's
for
why
his
he
own
teamed
soda
up with
in
Spider-Man
Boston.
so
Jim Rice,
much.
thank you so much for joining us.
That's why he teamed up with Spider-Man so much, was for the puns. Because he was the Punisher, but he didn't actually do a lot of punning.
He needed more ammo.
Yeah.
There it is. One of Marvel's biggest secrets cracked.
Thank you so much for joining us. What an absolute honor to meet you. Thank you so much for being here. Jim Rice, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for Facing the Future While
Well,
Looking
friends.
Backwards edition. Wait, Don't Tell Me is a production of NPR and WBEZ Chicago in association with Urgent Haircut Productions, Doug Berman, Benevolent Overlord. Philip
Spider-Man.
Kotica writes our limericks. Our public address
Spider
announcer
pun.
is Paul Friedman. Our tour manager is Shayna Donald. BJ Liederman composed our theme. Our program is produced by Jennifer Mills,
Punt
Miles
man.
Dernboss, and Lillian King. Special thanks to Monica Hickey. Peter
Would-be
Gwynn is the
Batman,
chains we forged in life. Our visuals host is Emma Choi. Technical direction is from Lorna White. Our CFO is Colin Miller. Our production manager is Robert Newhouse. Our senior producer is Ian Chillog. And the executive producer of Wait, Don't Tell Me is Mike Danforth. Thanks to everybody you heard this week. That would be our panelists, our guests, Bill Curtis, of course, as well as his able backups, Alzo Slade and Che Rhymefest Smith. And thanks to all of you for listening. I'm Peter Sagal. We'll be back with you next week. This is NPR.
Support for this podcast comes.
Well, all right, friends. That was the holiday clip show, and a lot of fun. And yes, it was quite punishing. So, yep. Wait, don't pun me. Oh, man, why? Spider puns. Puns whenever a spider pun. Oh, gosh. No. Wait, don't tell me it's just a synonym for puns. Yeah, it is. Who won? Well, we weren't keeping score this week because it was a clip show.
The puns won.
Yeah.
Yes, the puns
won. Which means I
One
guess.
by the list, I'd have to say Maddie won, actually.
Yeah, really. You know, you might, Peanut Gallery, you might be losing your crown as our Pun Master General to Maddie Holmes. This is there is a pun off waiting to happen here. And we will at some point
if it gets
find
that bad,
out.
I'm just going to throw myself down the pit in Texas.
Maddie goes, I will be a punivolent dictator. I had one, but it somewhere between.
Wow.
Not gonna say the name. Still not saying it. Those words do not belong anywhere near each other in the human language.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
You only feel that way because you were not prepared for it. If it were a different mindset, such as Halloween, you would still be loving that.
Nope. Nope. No, there's something, it is, I actually find it genuinely deeply disturbing at the core of my being somehow. There is something about it that is,
And here you like mysterious questions.
I do, but that is no. That is no. There's a lot of involved. No, I'm not using that one. Never mind. I'm not saying that. It's like a football field of murder clowns. A whole lot of no. It's like murder clowns on an elevator. No on every level. Oh, Kat.
You don't have to click on it. That's for other people.
I don't. I don't. But we should warn people that this is actually disturbing.
It's only the first minute of you learning about this, so it's okay.
It's not real.
No, it's not real.
But boy, is it disturbing. And maybe it is not as disturbing for other people as it is for me. Like, maybe this is just a personal... But whatever it is, I ain't there with it.
You know, I just realized why none of us have ever heard of it before.
Why?
The SCP Foundation has been covering it up.
Oh. Well, yeah, of course they have. Hey, look, I mean, they may be a large, shadowy, disturbing corporation, but, like, they do a couple of good things. There are certain... The Pun CC, yeah. Pun CP. Alright, I really am trying to wind this up before you guys get to... no. You know... DJ Margarita Mel is spinning over at the No Pants Sunday raid train. That's where we're headed. You guys are trying to
drink.
Right? You guys are trying to draw me into this. Ha ha. Oh crap. I got foresight.
I didn't realize the idea was that sketchy that we had to draw you into it.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Peanut Gallery. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Maddie Holmes. Thank you, Just Me Crystal. Thank you, Chris into 386. Thank you, Lockpick. Thank you, Audra Rains. Thank you, Just Me Crystal. And Chris said, oh, Dope Ash Music, thank you. I think that's everybody. Thank you, everybody all you chatters. Thank you, all you lurkers. Much love to everybody. Stick around for the raid. We will be joining DJ Margarita Mel over at the Sunday No Pants Raid Train, hosted by Lockpick, even if he's not fully alive for it at the moment. And now is the time on the show when I say, as they say around here, 2 up, 2 down, VA, double deuces. I'm out, y'all. We're out, y'all. Pennsylvania. Why?